right, deep divers, ready to unwind into the world of yoga.
Let's stretch into it.
Today, we're diving deep into finding your perfect yoga style.
Sounds like a plan.
We've got our hands on an episode from a super popular yoga podcast. It's going to be like our cheat sheet.
Awesome. I'm ready when you are.
Perfect. So let's start with the OG of yoga, Hatha yoga. It's like the yoga 101, right?
Exactly. It's all about like the basics, slow movements, holding the poses, breathing.
Yeah, like mastering those fundamentals before you like try to fly into a handstand or something.
Yeah. And Hatha really helps you build that mind-body connection.
Makes sense. So you're not just like going through the motions.
Totally. And Hatha actually translates to force.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always thought it was about like finding peace and all that.
It is, but it's about balance, right? Like the balance between effort and ease, finding that sweet spot.
I like that, finding your sweet spot. So speaking of finding your flow, that's where Vinyasa comes in.
Vinyasa is all about flow. It's like yoga, but set to music, almost like a dance.
I can see that. It seems a lot more dynamic than like holding a pose for ages.
Definitely. And the cool thing is it's super adaptable. Yeah. Vinyasa actually means to place in a special way. So the sequences, they can be modified,
So there are different levels.
Absolutely. From super gentle flows to like super high energy stuff.
Cool. So whether you want to like energize your morning or unwind after work, there's a Vinyasa flow for you. Now, Ashtanga. This one sounds a bit more tot strict.
Yeah, you could say that. Ashtanga is structured. It has a specific sequence of poses, 6 series actually.
Whoa, 6.
Yeah, and they build on each other. It's definitely more physically demanding.
Intense.
It can be, but it's also adaptable in its own way. You work at your own pace.
Got it. So still challenging, but you can make it work for you. Now, switching gears totally, we've got Iyengar yoga. I feel like this one is all about like getting those poses perfect.
Precision is key with Iyengar, yeah. Which is why they use all the props, the blocks, the
To
strength.
have the fun stuff.
It's about finding that perfect alignment so you can really feel the pose, even if you're not super flexible.
So it's great for beginners or if you have any injuries.
Exactly. Iyengar is known for being very therapeutic,
Okay, from precise alignment to sweating it out, Bikram yoga, hot room, right? Like really hot.
Oh, yeah. Bikram is definitely an experience.
Yeah.
105 degrees, 26 poses, lots of sweat.
Intense. What's the deal with the heat?
Well, it's supposed to help with flexibility, and some people say it helps detoxify the body.
Interesting. So not just about the challenge.
It's a mental and physical challenge for sure.
Ah.
Okay, from the heat of Bikram, let's shift gears to something more internal. Kundalini yoga. Ever tried it?
I haven't, but I'm intrigued. What's the vibe?
Think of it as awakening your inner energy.
Okay, tell me more about this energy awakening. What exactly is Kundalini?
Okay, so you know how there's this idea of like dormant energy within us?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Kundalini is all about tapping into that. It's often pictured as this coiled up serpent kind of just chilling at the base of your spine.
A serpent, huh? That's a visual.
Right. So the idea is, through movement and breath work, you awaken this serpent energy.
And what happens when it awakens? Does it like give you superpowers?
Well, not exactly superpowers, but Kundalini works with these energy centers called chakras.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
So as the Kundalini energy awakens, it kind of rises up through those chakras.
Interesting. So it's not just about the physical poses then.
Right. It's about working with your energy too. It's considered a much more, spiritual practice.
Makes sense. So it's like another layer of yoga to explore.
Okay. From awakening energy, let's talk about yin yoga. This one is all about slowing way down, right? Like those poses you see where they just hold it forever.
Exactly. Yin is all about slowing down, going inward. We're talking holding poses for like 5 minutes, sometimes even longer.
5 minutes. My legs are cramping just thinking about that.
Well, the thing is, you're supposed to be really comfortable in yin. You use tons of props, blankets, bolsters, all that good stuff.
So it's not about pushing your limits. Not really. It's more about finding stillness and working with those deep connective tissues in the body.
Connective tissues like what?
Ligaments, fascia, the stuff that doesn't get worked as much in other forms of exercise.
Makes sense. So it's like a really deep stretch. What's the benefit of holding it for so long?
Well, for one, it can increase your flexibility, like a lot. But it's also about calming the nervous system, like really calming it down.
So it's good for stress.
Amazing for stress.
Yeah.
Yin is all about slowing down, finding stillness, and just being present in your body.
I like that. Being present. It seems like a good practice for like our busy modern lives.
Exactly. Okay, ready to switch gears again. Let's talk restorative yoga. This one is probably the most relaxing of them all.
Oh, really? More than yin.
Some would say so.
Yeah.
Restorative yoga is all about, like, completely letting go. Supporting the body with props so you can just completely relax.
So like a nap on your yoga mat.
Pretty much. It's about activating that rest and digest response in your body, which is the opposite of that fight or flight response we're all so used to.
I feel like I could use some of that rest and digest right about now. So it's good for like winding down before bed.
Perfect for that. It can help with the sleep, stress, anxiety, all that.
Wow, this is amazing. Okay, one last stop on our yoga tour today. Power yoga. This one has been trendy lately. What's it all about?
Power yoga is basically like Vinyasa's cooler older sibling.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the flow, the movement, the breath work, but it's more intense.
More intense how?
The poses are more challenging
Yeah.
and it's faster paced. Definitely a workout.
So it's like combining fitness with yoga.
Exactly. If you want to get your sweat on and build strength, but still want that mind-body connection, power yoga is a great option.
So it's like they took a changa and made it, I don't know, more modern, more workouty.
Yeah, something like that. It's definitely got that fitness focus. Okay, so we've pretty much covered the yoga basics. What have we learned?
Well, for one, there are a lot of styles out there.
It's not one size fits all, is it?
Definitely not. And there's really something for everyone.
That's the beauty of yoga, right? Like, no matter what you're looking for, whether it's stress relief or a killer workout or maybe even something a little more spiritual, there's a yoga style out there for you.
It's true. I never thought about it like that. Like, I guess I always thought yoga was just yoga, you know?
I think a lot of people think that until they start exploring.
So how do you even choose? I mean, if you're new to yoga, where do you even begin?
Well, it can be overwhelming, for sure, but I think the key is to not overthink it. Just try things out, see what clicks with you.
So don't be afraid to experiment.
Exactly. And listen to your body, you know?
Yeah.
Some days you might be craving a super slow flow, and other days you might be like, give me that high energy, make me sweat.
It's like your yoga practice can change with your mood.
Exactly. It's all about finding what serves you in that moment.
I love that. Okay, deep divers. So our yoga exploration is coming to an end, but the journey doesn't stop here, right?
Definitely not. This is just the
Yeah.
beginning. There's a whole world of yoga out there waiting to be discovered.
So get out there, try some classes, and find your perfect flow.
And most importantly, have fun with it.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep flowing, and keep diving deep into the amazing world around us.